Hi, my name's Rob Hilton. I'm with AG Secure Property Management Barrie, and this is a little bit different message than I would normally send out. Normally we send out promotional material, but this message is going out to all landlords in the province of Ontario. This is clearly a difficult time. Our government has been out announcing programs to help and support people through this COVID-19 pandemic, whether it be federally or provincially. At the same time, statements have been made and taken in the press to basically say rent is not a priority when it comes to expenses. I think all of us can agree there are certain priorities: medicine, food, and housing. Ironically, they've stopped evictions so that people can't be kicked out of their houses at this time because the roof over their head is critical. They've identified property management companies as essential services because people need to be serviced while living in their houses and accommodations need to be made available. However, they have made comments in the press that rent is not that critical to pay. I don't hear them saying at the same time, if you need groceries, go into the grocery store and you should be able to get them for free. Go to the gas station, get free gas. And don't worry, folks, you shouldn't have to pay your Rogers cable, internet, or phone bill. This is not an anti-tenant message. Many of our tenants are suffering. Many of our tenants are trying their hardest to make sure that everything happens and just trying to figure out how to survive through this pandemic. We're all being affected. What we need to do now as landlords is communicate clearly to both levels of government, but specifically the provincial level of government, because housing falls under the province. We are here to help, but we need to know what programs you're putting in place to protect us. Are we viewed as a business and we'll get business relief programs? Are we viewed as social housing and we'll get assistance from the government to pay for the housing in that effect? They've been clear the assistance is coming, but they haven't given us the programs. And we have at this point 5 days until rent is due. Please, at this time, I implore you to contact your local MPP and your local MP. Feel free to contact your city councillors and mayors. Make them aware. You are willing to work with your tenants, but you need programs in place to do so. You need to know what the support is. Saying that banks will give 6 months reprieve, we all know by looking at the facts, you will be paying for this reprieve later. The banks will not be hurt. Businesses are getting bailout packages. People are getting relief. But those providing housing for the vast majority of renters throughout this great country are not being given any assurance how they are being protected. If there's ever been a time to stand up and send a message, this is it. I implore you, please contact your MPP, your MP, send a message to Doug Ford, and communicate with your local councillors. The time to act is now. Please also make sure you're following the Landlord Tenant Board sites to find out what other landlords are doing and communicating. We have to work together to get action. Not action against tenants, action to protect our vital housing supply in this province. If you have any direct questions, you can email me directly at rob.hilton.ag@gmail.com. Please, folks, let's get out and get our voices heard.